Over the past years, New York City and various other cities have witnessed a disheartening decline, plagued by soaring crime rates, economic hardships, and social unrest. A shadow has now been cast over once thriving urban cities. In this video, I'm going to show you why America is facing so much rot, and that's literal as well as figurative. We'll be exploring the alarming issues of deteriorating urban environments, rising homelessness, crime rates, drug abuse, and deteriorating infrastructure, and other factors contributing to this social decay. Many Americans are sad about the current state of the homes they grew up in. It is truly heartbreaking to see your neighborhood change drastically over the years, as a once vibrant community suddenly becomes plagued by vacant storefronts and boarded-up houses. Try to picture this. Ugly dirt is all around you. The smell of hopelessness hangs thick in the air as you go about your daily activities. There's a homeless man who appears in front of you out of the blue, alarming you as he asks for change. You shake him off and throw out a cuss or two, knowing you'll meet a couple more like him before you arrive at your destination. Moving a few steps, you almost trip over a form that doesn't move a single muscle. You know at the back of your mind that he's dead. Every American has experienced one of these grim narratives at least once. Urban decay is a long-standing concern that has troubled certain cities across the United States. Over the years, factors such as deindustrialization, suburbanization, racial segregation, income inequality, and disinvestment in inner-city neighborhoods have led to the decline of once thriving urban centers. Major cities in the U.S. like New York, Philadelphia, Portland, and Washington, D.C., which were once beacons of prosperity and community, are now grappling with a range of pressing issues. Let's begin with the drug crisis that have turned many Americans into zombies. The opioid crisis is a nationwide problem in the United States, affecting various communities across the country. Baltimore, Maryland, and Philadelphia are two of such cities in America that have been facing critical problems with the use of fentanyl and opioid. The cries for help echo through the streets of these cities as the opioid crisis tightens its grip, tearing apart families, ravaging communities, and casting a dark shadow over the very essence of hope. Baltimore, a formerly shining state, now has one of the highest rates of opioid-related deaths in the United States. Fentanyl, a powerful synthetic opioid, has been a major contributor to the crisis in Baltimore. In Philadelphia, the city is witnessing an increase in overdose deaths related to opioids in recent years, and fentanyl has been a significant factor contributing to the high mortality rates in Philadelphia. Another factor responsible for the decay of America is deindustrialization. Deindustrialization and the subsequent loss of manufacturing jobs have left scars on these cities as economic opportunities dwindled and residents struggled to make ends meet. Different industries like car manufacturing, ship construction, coal, and steel once dominated the cities before moving their production facilities to other regions where the operation costs and wages would not be too much. The relocation of industries was not without consequences, as it has resulted in abandoned factories and a decline in income levels for residents. No factories means no jobs for those seeking factory work. No one can really blame companies for moving to other favorable places because prices keep shooting up and are refusing to come down. Consequently, poverty rates have risen due to the migration of companies, thereby worsening social challenges such as crime and limited access to quality education and healthcare. The state of the retail industry is another clue to the decay of America. Retail is undergoing a significant transformation, with companies struggling with bankruptcy, striving to reduce expenses, and adjusting their operations to align with evolving shopping habits. In 2023, the retail industry is experiencing significant changes and challenges. Some companies such as Amazon and Walmart are facing bankruptcy proceedings, while others are focused on cutting costs. An analysis conducted by Insider reveals that a considerable number of stores, totaling approximately 2,119, are expected to close across the United States. Since 2021, major brands like Target, Best Buy, Sears, Foot Locker, and CVS have already closed nearly 5,000 storefronts nationwide. It is anticipated that many more closures will occur in the years to come. This troubling trend reflects the growing challenges faced by traditional retail businesses in the face of changing consumer preferences and the rise of e-commerce, and of course, the effects of COVID-19. The high cost of living is yet another reason for the rot you can see in America. People tend to leave a city when the cost of living is high, but the standard of living is low. The rate of inflation in the prices of goods and services has got Americans living on the edge. The inflation rates are so high, people living in the city are moving away in search of greener pastures elsewhere. Just take a moment, think of your next paycheck, then think of the bills that'll swallow it up before the month runs out. Bet your smile froze halfway. Inflation in food, clothing, and accommodation prices is making the city's inhabitants seek a more comfortable environment. When they start moving, the population of those meant to develop the city and give it life reduces and leads to stagnation. If you're curious about where many Americans are seeking refuge from this tight economy, check out my previous video where I share what Americans are doing to escape the economic storm that's already here. When crime rates become high, watch closely. It is usually followed by urban decay. The combination of poverty, unemployment, and limited access to quality education and healthcare creates an environment where criminal activities thrive. Well, America's got these and more. There isn't a city that is free of crimes, but it becomes worrisome when the rate is harmfully high. Kidnapping, killings, armed robbery, street fighting, assassination, rape, drug abuse, arson, you name it. When these are on the rise, these are solid reasons to want to leave a city and never come back. There are places where business owners sleep in their stores to guard their goods from robbers. True, New York City has made significant strides in reducing overall crime rates in recent decades, but property theft remains a concern. Theft of personal belongings, including smartphones and other valuable items, is a prevalent issue over there. Pickpocketing, theft from vehicles, and burglary are areas keeping citizens from sleeping with two eyes closed. San Francisco also is struggling with high crime rates, including both residential and commercial burglaries. Factors such as a high population density, economic inequality, and drug-related issues have contributed to this problem. The city has seen incidents of car break-ins, package thefts, and shoplifting, particularly in areas frequented by tourists. Los Angeles is not left out in this trouble. The city has also faced ongoing property theft issues. Frankly, this is not encouraging, and no one will be comfortable staying in a place where the safety of lives and properties is not guaranteed and where criminal activities are rampant. The people are simply going to protect themselves by relocating. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, give the like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep you updated so you don't get swallowed up in the storm that's coming. Lack of employment opportunities is also another reason for the obvious decay of American society. When the cost of living is high, inflation causes problems, and a large portion of the city's population is unemployed. That is a picture of a dying state. Inhabitants don't want to die now, do they? What then happens? The quest for gainful employment begins, and people abandon the city. Citizens will travel as far as possible to seek jobs and cater to their basic needs. Thousands of workers have lost their jobs as Burger King and McDonald's try to cut spending costs. These two popular food stores have been major sources of employment for Americans, but they're no longer able to carry so much weight. No need to mention that a city that cannot offer employment opportunities will definitely experience a decline in its economy. The decline of the population is equally detrimental to any society, as this will drastically affect the availability of labor. One of the most obvious problems faced by a decaying society, which we can see in American cities, is homelessness. The lack of affordable housing, coupled with mental health issues, substance abuse, and limited access to social services, has contributed to a growing homeless population in the U.S. Poverty rates are as high as housing rates in America. It has become quite common to see tent encampments and makeshift shelters in city streets because too many people cannot afford to live in decent homes. California, in particular, continues to lead among states with the highest rates of homeless people. For over 10 years, California has topped the charts. According to data from 2022, California accounted for 30% of the entire homeless population in the United States, with half of all individuals without shelter residing in the state. The people can't pay for homes. These financial limitations, experienced by a large percentage of American citizens, have negatively affected the mental health of a lot of these ones. This leads to the use of hard drugs, which then affects one's judgment, causing theft, arson, rape, kidnapping, murder, along with numerous other crimes to be the norm in that city, all of which are signs of a decaying society. However, there is good news. All hope is not lost for America. One of the keys to addressing urban decay is fostering collaboration between different stakeholders, residents, businesses, community leaders, and local government. And amidst the ugly challenges many cities are facing, communities have taken the initiative, in addition to their commendable resilience, to change the state of their beloved country to ensure that the rot gives way to prosperity and beauty. Grassroots organizations, nonprofits, and community leaders are working tirelessly to address the issues of urban decay through initiatives such as affordable housing projects, job training programs, and community-led urban planning development. By pooling resources, sharing knowledge, and implementing sustainable solutions, Americans can revitalize whole neighborhoods. Without a doubt, urban decay and the social challenges it brings pose significant obstacles for communities across the United States. With citizens fleeing the country because of the high cost of living, low employment opportunities, high crime rates, high housing prices, and suburbanization, affected cities are beginning to look like haunted towns. America has got a lot on its plate to fix if it ever wants to return to its previous glory days. Do you think that America can come out of this state it is sinking to? We would like to know what you think in the comments section. Thanks for watching.